Did you feel any reservations about taking on such an iconic part?
Yeah, massive reservations. I honestly didn't feel I was ready
Yeah.
to sort of be playing a role like Nelson Mandela. You know, that's just a big sort of, you know, back in the day when I was in theatres, you know, and I was slightly larger than ever, not in theatre school, but, you know, in drama, say, oh, one day you'll play Othello. And I'd be like, me? I'm too young, you know. It's what Nelson Mandela felt like, you know, to me, you know, such a big man to play.
And very distinctive as well. Obviously, he's got the distinctive accent that we are all very familiar with. How did you approach that, and how did you sort of strike a balance between it being an impersonation and then getting the essence of the man?
Well, I definitely paid attention, you know, because I didn't want to do what Rory Bremner does when he does Mandela. You know, I didn't want to be a caricature of him. You know, and I didn't. I wanted the audience to feel like, look, you know, he doesn't look like Mandela, fair enough, okay, but he certainly brought a presence, and, you know, I feel like I'm watching Mandela, at least Idris's version of Mandela, you know what I mean? As opposed to the looky-like version, which they always do in biopics, which he looks like him so much, you just, you know, you're not really getting any essence from the actor, or much, you don't need it. So with this place, I was asking a big ask for the audience to come along with me on this journey, and you know, I paid attention to a lot of things, but mostly I paid attention to his aura and essence, you know, and, you know, like, what is it about him that people are so enamored by, you know, what is that, you know, and just sort of, you know, I asked questions like, well, what did you feel like when you left the room, when he left the room, or when you said goodbye? Oh, you know, and that would sort of speak to me as to the way he made people feel. That would speak to what, you know, the sort of things that happen in human chemistry, you know, and that's what I try to pay attention to. And then, of course, you know, the voice and the physicality and all of that was stuff that I sort of gradually brought together.
And what did you actually learn about him? I mean, it was fascinating for me to see the whole picture. And he, as growing up through that period, you just sort of you hear bits of it, but to see it actually put down on paper, on film, was really interesting. What did you learn along the journey?
I mean, I learned exactly what you did, but I also just learned more about, you know, how South Africa view him, you know, like, you know, in our country, you know, like people say Thatcher or Churchill, and, you know, everyone goes, yeah, but some people go, nah, you know, and in South Africa, it's the same with Mandela, and I was quite surprised by that. Like, well, why? And, you know, just understanding that, you know, like, he wasn't everyone's favourite, you know, and also understanding, like, you know, when he was a young man and became this leader in the ANC weren't exactly happy about him taking on this sort of, you know, arms to fight, this call to arms, you know. They were like, hang about, Mandela, that's not been our policy. And he was like, well, exactly, that's why they're taking the piss, if you like, you know. And I just remember hearing, you know, he was quite a vehement man, like, really went for it, you know. In prison, he was so even though not well looked after, he really looked after himself.
Right.
He was meticulous about it, you know. And you know, we sort of showed it in the film a little bit, but it really, right up until he left, he was working out every day. Didn't mess around.
How do you think he'll be remembered and his legacy will be remembered?
I think he'll be remembered as a symbol of sort of forgiveness and sort of like humanity, for sure. Like, Nelson Mandela does something that most of us can't do, which is just easily forgive. And I don't think it was easy for him, but I'm saying that he did forgive. And, you know, what happened to him was heinous. Like, he got sent down for 27 years of life. His life was robbed. And he came out of prison and said, no, I forgive you for that. And not only that, I'm going to run this country, and I'm not going to, you know, sort of revenge on you. That was massive, you know. And I think, you know, the legacy of Mandela is about his forgiveness.
Have you got to meet him?
No, I didn't get to meet him.
Shame.
He was too frail. I had an opportunity, but yeah.
Yeah. Now, straying off the point a little bit, sorry for this, but it's Christmas time.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a fan of Christmas? Do you celebrate Christmas? What's Christmas for you?
Well, Christmas for me for the last 11 years has been about my kid.
Yeah.
And it's been about, what do you want? Want what? But, you know, this Christmas for me is going to be a bit of a sad one, because I lost my father recently and he won't be there, and it's going to be the first time he's not there, and that's tough.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm looking forward to it with my mum and stuff, you know.
You've got your boy there to sort of look after, so that's... Do you make New Year's resolutions at all?
I do, yeah. I do.
Have you got any on the cards?
Oh, good one. Yeah, I'm going to work out more. I've heard that one before. No, seriously, I'm going to get in shape. And I know it sounds weird because it looked like I'm in shape, but I'm terribly not in shape.
Right. Okay, apparently you work out at my friend's gym up in Camden somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Urban
She's
Kings.
seen you. Yeah, she's a kickboxer, that's right.
Is she? Yeah, I love it there.
And finally, favourite film of the year?
Of this year?
Yes.
Oh, God, what was my favourite film? I don't think it's I only saw it this year, but it's not made this year.
Okay.
And it's called Snowtown Murders. It's awfully grim, but it's an Australian film that done so well.
Okay.
It's very grim.
I look forward to seeing it.
Don't do it to yourself.
Maybe not. Thank you very much.
Thanks, man. Good
Cheers.
to see you.